Well, hey everybody. How's everyone doing? Doing alright? What's going on? COOK in the house. Breaking news, he says. People still use Robinhood. Yes, they do. Who would have thought, right? Why? Why would you still use... We'll get into that. We will get into that. Anyway, yeah, kind of a red day, right? Just a little bit of red. Just a little bit. Nothing to worry about. Especially, I mean, you know, in the crypto market, hell, this is just literally a Tuesday, is it not? It literally is just a Tuesday on the crypto market. Happy May the 4th, everybody, right? May the 4th be with you if you're into the whole Star Wars thing. This happened today. Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, if you didn't know, he was given this little presentation today, and I mean, we all know Jack Dorsey's a Bitcoin bug, right? That's no secret. But just listening to him in this interview talk about or presentation, talk about where he thinks that that crypto's going, and you know all the good that Bitcoin could bring to the world, right? And because I cannot let the Bill Maher thing go, I had to put out another thought about that. But I digress. Nobody wants to see my Twitter feed. Let's find out what's going on with the markets. Currently sitting right now, $2.2 trillion, still holding firm above the 2 trillion mark. That is always good to see. Bitcoin dominance continues to plummet, sitting at 45% right now, while ETH continues to climb all the way up to 17.6%. ETH gas prices sitting at 51 gwei right now. That's not cheap, folks. That is not cheap. Cheaper than what it was, but it's not cheap by my definitions, which I will keep harping on every single day, at least until the chat tells me that you guys are tired of hearing about it. Alright, let's see. Bitcoin sitting at $54,687 right now, currently down 3.7% today. Ethereum sitting at $3,390, up 3% on the day. BNB down 5% on the day, but you know what? Hey, at least we got off that 666 number, right? That was freaking me out a little bit. Nobody wants to see that. You guys see a number 4 coin there? I didn't see a number 4 coin. XRP sitting $1.42, down 8% on the day. Cardano down 3% on the day. Polkadot down 4% on the day. Uniswap up 3.9% on the day. And Litecoin up 8%. Alright, I'll go back to it. Doge is up 30% on the day, up 109% on the week. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm not even going to pretend to understand it. You know, at this point, you gotta assume that there must be something happening behind the scenes that us poors just aren't, you know, privileged to that information. My thought is that, I mean, we did get news today that Gemini had listed Doge, but that doesn't explain what we're seeing, right? We all know that. There is definitely something else happening behind the scenes. I don't know if it's some big institution that's buying Doge for reasons that nobody can explain, or if this really is just all because of Elon Musk and Saturday Night Live. I don't know anymore. I'm not even going to pretend to understand. I'm just going to pretend like Doge doesn't exist, and we are moving on. But no matter how hard I try, it follows me. Taking a look at our sentiment social trends right now, number 1 on the social trend inside the group think is Doge, along with other words like buy and like and people. People like buy Doge. ETH sitting at number 2. You can see we are coming down on the trends, though. It's encouraging to see that on Doge because, of course, as we have just witnessed today in the past 8 hours, Doge killed the damn markets. All of them. Stock market, crypto market, all the markets rolled over and died today. Tree DeFi. Not sure what that is, but that's trending number 3 right now on the social sentiment. You may, if you're curious, you may take a look into that. Keen, also up to number 4. Jeweled, whatever that is. List. SAFEMOON, making it to our top 10 list. I got into a bit of another another Twitter argument, as I find myself getting into so frequently anymore. I just simply posed a few questions about what we saw on the CertiK audit yesterday when we got the audit for SafeMoon. I had some what I felt like were very important questions that I addressed to the CEO. And of course, all the SafeMoon cult members came out and just immediately threw pitchforks at me, so I did not get my question asked and ended up leaving with my tail between my legs. So, excuse me for trying to ask questions that could benefit all SafeMoon investors, or gamblers, or whatever you want to call them at this point. But yeah, just tried to, ask a few real simple questions, and wow, got to be careful what you ask out there, right? Got to be careful. All right, we'll take a quick peek at Bitcoin here on the old 5-minute chart. You can see it's not pretty. It is not pretty. And I like to start with Bitcoin because, as we know, it's a good overall reflection of the entire market and what that's doing. And you see we did, grab my little paintbrush here so that I can mark up our chart. We did put in a nice little double top up here, which, you could argue is a nice little reversal pattern, right? And we have reversed. You can see we are down 9.8% from our double top up there. So definitely in reversal mode right now. However, I do believe this is going to be a short-lived reversal. And let's be honest, I'd been talking about this, and I told you that I had became a liquidity provider just in the past few days because I thought for sure that we were in for a very sharp but quick correction because of what we'd already seen with Ethereum and the moves that's made, right? So, we're kind of expecting this, I guess is my point. I didn't expect it to come down this fast and this sharply, but yeah, here we are, down 9.8%. Let's jump into the headlines, find out what in the hell's going on out here. Crypto markets, apart from Dogecoin, join U.S. stocks sell-off as Janet Yellen warns on rates. She sure did. Cryptocurrencies fall along with other risky assets on hint of higher interest rates. Bitcoin suffered its biggest loss in 2 weeks, and Ether snapped a 9-day winning streak amid what appeared to be a broad sell-off Tuesday in cryptocurrency markets. That's all markets here, guys, all markets. Prices for most of the biggest digital assets appeared to turn downright into the time U.S. stock markets opened in the red. Yeah, it was about 7 o'clock this morning. Everything just started going south. The S&P 500 index fell by the most since March, led by tech companies including Apple, Tesla, and Amazon. According to Bloomberg News, traditional markets came under pressure as U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said interest rates might have to rise to keep economy from overheating, a move that could damp traders' willingness to take extra risk. So we can keep going here, but this really shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody, and why the crypto markets fall is, I guess it's not really beyond me. We know why the crypto markets fall alongside the stock market, and that's a direct byproduct of all the new institutional money that we've had come into the space. That's exactly what it is. When hedge funds have to start selling off all their shares, they also have to sell off their cryptocurrency as well. The difference, and what I've always held to be true, and we do see it, we do have evidence of this, is that yes, even though crypto does move alongside the stock market, and when the stock market corrects, crypto does too, the difference is, in my opinion, not financial advice, of course, I'm just a graphics guy, the crypto markets will always rebound much, much faster, especially when we're talking about markets dropping on risk of interest rates, right? Because why are interest rates going up? Because we've done nothing but print money for the past year. So, again, yeah, you're going to see some pretty sharp declines if the stock market crashes, as we're seeing. But I firmly believe the crypto markets will be the safer place to hide because they will recover. Maybe not immediately, but certainly much, much faster than the rest of the markets as a whole. Another article here on Yellen scaring the crap out of traders. Price of Bitcoin dropped following news that interest rates may rise, quote, modestly, but investors shouldn't panic just yet, experts say. God, could they have used a more terrifying picture of Janet Yellen? Good Lord. That goes right to my soul. Terrifying. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen today said that interest rates may have to rise. Stocks and Bitcoin dipped on the news, but the effects may be short-lived, analysts tell Decrypt. Yep, pretty much just what we were talking about. That's the point of why we get into crypto. That's why we're here, right? Because we know this is coming. We see the writing on the wall. And we know that our investments at the end of the day are going to be a far safer investment than other assets. At least that's what I believe. I guess time will tell. Moving on. Here you go, COOK. I threw a couple of these at the top of the rundown for you. Let me grab my coffee. We're going to need it for this one. Yeah, and what should be no surprise to anybody, Robinhood suffers crypto trading issues, end quote, as Ether and Dogecoin soar. With the byline of, this isn't the first time. Guys, not only is this not the first time, this is not going to be the last. If you are hearing my voice and you're still using that Robinhood app, well, Jesus, I don't know what to tell you. I really, really don't know what to tell you. That I think at this point, my silent partner, he's right. It's on you at this point, and we might have to call you some names if you're still using that terrible, terrible app. Popular investing app Robinhood is once again having issues with processing orders amid the trading frenzy in cryptocurrencies. Yeah, exactly, CWK. Quote, issues. The issue being that poor people are making money and they just won't stop attacking rich people. These fair markets are bullshit. Dogecoin, the fourth most valuable cryptocurrency by market cap according to Masari, made all-time highs around 60 cents on Tuesday and is now trading around 53 cents at the time of writing. ETH, the second largest cryptocurrency, was surging to the 10th straight daily gain, potentially tying its longest winning streak in history, and pushed Tuesday to new all-time high price over $3,500. But cryptocurrency traders flocking to Robinhood to place orders may have instead learned that the service was disrupted. Yeah, there's your tweet from Robinhood Help. We're currently experiencing issues with crypto trading. We're working to resolve this as soon as possible. Sure you are, Vlad. Sure you are. This isn't the first time Robinhood has experienced platform issues. In January, Robinhood blocked trading in volatile stocks. Let's be honest here. Robinhood banned outsider trading. That's what happened. Including GameStop, AMC during the buying frenzy prompted by Reddit group Wall Street Bets. That all sounds familiar. Almost like it was just yesterday. The trading app faced lawsuits following the blockage. I bet they did. Interestingly, though, I have not heard of anything come from all the lawsuits that have been filed against Robinhood. I don't know if they're just paying people off or what's happening here. But yeah, nothing. At least I haven't. If you guys have heard anything come from any of the lawsuits that have been filed against Robinhood, let me know. I would like to know what's happening with that. In April, Robinhood faced technical issues due to heightened cryptocurrency trading volumes during a near 15% sell-off in Bitcoin. According to Tuesday's tweet, traders can visit robinhoodstatus.com for real-time updates. Sure, I bet that's broken too. Robinhood later noted the issue was resolved by 11:15. Yep, the market started selling off at 7 o'clock this morning, guys. 7, 8, 9, 10. About 4 hours there banning outsider trading. We can't have poor people making money. Also, in that 4 hour time was the 4 hour time that you saw the highest gains in Dogecoin. So, just throwing that out there. Robinhood's CEO holds up crypto exchanges as a model for faster stock settlement. Yep. And of course, Vlad, as always, blames the whole T+2, right, for why they have to ban outsider trading. Excuse me, coffee burp and donut burp. Well, something tells me, and this just could be my own biases coming out. Something tells me that even if we were to go to T+0 settlement time in the stock market, I have a weird inkling that Robinhood would still manage to have issues that would cause, poor people not to be able to trade. Something tells me. I don't know. I don't feel like this would fix the problem. But yeah, in a webinar today, Vlad goes on to say, hey, we need to go to T+0, guys. We got to go to T+0, blah, blah, blah. Recently, I went to T+2. You kind of look at the platonic ideal of what settlement is, and you have to assume it's going to be instantaneous. Why is it every word that comes out of Vlad's mouth makes me just want to come through the TV and punch that guy? He might literally have the most punchable face and punchable voice, if that's even possible, that I've ever seen. Not advocating violence against Vlad Tenov, of course. I just simply think he's a piece of crap. And I always will. Paxos CEO Charlie Cascarilla agreed with Tenov that trading doesn't need to be this way. Quote, we've reached the end of this old way of operating. That's what GameStop showed us, Cascarilla said. Frankly, we know how to fix this, just like we know how to fix the problems with our tunnels and rail systems. We just have to do it. I don't know about you guys, but I have 100% moved over to synthetic stocks and trading stocks with tokens. Some asshole named Vlad Tenev can't rug pull me if I'm holding the token to the stock, right? Pardon my language. He just makes me so mad. Moving on. Ether options trading volume surpassed that of Bitcoin for the first time on Deribit. That's right, guys. We had a flippening yesterday. A flippening that nobody talked about. The trading volume on ETH passed the options trading volume on Bitcoin. That's kind of impressive, really. I mean, look at that. Here's your red line. Here's your ETH volume, and then of course your blue line. Here's the Bitcoin volume, and it didn't just pass it, boys. It blasted past it. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Wow. So yeah, there's your flippening news. Maybe not the flippening that people were looking for, but a flippening nonetheless. Moving on. This is big news, and really hasn't been talked about at all by anybody today, except for yours truly. Digital Dollar Project to launch 5 CBDC pilots in the coming months. That's right, America may finally be pulling its head out of its arse. The Digital Dollar Project has committed to launching, quote, at least 5 pilot programs in the next year to test possible frameworks for a U.S. central bank digital currency. A partnership with technology consultancy firm Accenture is funding the projects. I thought that was weird. Accenture, I was reading on them earlier, it's like an Irish tech firm. If only we had an entire area of our country that was devoted to technology, and maybe one of these days. I know what we could call it. We could hold on to your hats. This is brilliant. We can call it Silicon Valley. How crazy would that be? A central hub in the United States for all things technological. You call it Silicon Valley. I think it's brilliant. Anyway. Christopher Giancarlo, former chairman of the Commodities Future Trading Commission, co-founded the Digital Dollar Project after his departure from the regulator. During his time in Washington, he was well known to be crypto-friendly and has since spent his retirement from politics in the crypto industry, accepting board positions at crypto firms and speaking out of the importance of a US CBDC. So yeah, we got 5 new stable coins that America's working on. I don't know how successful these are going to be or if anybody's even going to use. I mean, no, I take that back. I am not as, I don't want to use the word bearish. That's probably not the right word, but we'll use it for simplicity purposes. I'm not as bearish on countries using their own stable coins or coming up with their own digital currencies. I think that's just what's going to help us get to more, mass adoption quicker. As people begin to realize that, hey, digital currencies are a real thing and these aren't fake. But, given the choice at the end of the day, probably going to go with a decentralized stablecoin over a, government-issued stablecoin. But that's just me. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of institutions out there, banks and stuff like that will just absolutely be pleased as punch to use the U.S. digital dollar. So yeah, moving on. Curious what your guys' thoughts are. What do you think of a U.S. CBDC? Personally, I'm just happy that America's, finally getting on board. Better late than never, right? New York bill proposes moratorium on crypto mines and mandates environmental impact assessments. There's a headline for you. It shouldn't come as news to anybody that the state of New York absolutely hates cryptocurrencies. Not even a joke. They will never allow cryptocurrencies in the state of New York, and for one reason and one reason only. That's where the stock market's located. That's what it all comes down to. New York will never allow any sort of real regulation within the state because they are so heavily invested in Wall Street. That's really all it is. And it's sad, and it sucks. Eventually, they'll be late to the party and they'll allow it, maybe in another 20 years when Bitcoin's at $1 million. We'll see. We will see. I do firmly believe that states that are doing this are absolutely going to end up on the wrong side of history on this. And we already are having a real issue with people fleeing states like New York and California, for regulatory issues, that they're already experiencing, whether it be high taxes in California or, whatever the hell's going on in New York right now. But it's already a problem. You've already got huge industry after huge industry business leaving these states and moving to states like Texas and Florida. I think doing crap like this is simply going to accelerate that transition. But what do I know? Just a graphics guy. Don't listen to me. Multicoin Capital announces new $100 million DeFi fund to invest in NFT and other projects. Never heard of Multicoin. Crypto venture firm Multicoin Capital has announced a new fund worth $100 million. The fund would invest in DeFi, NFT, and other crypto projects. Let's see if we can blast through here real quick, find out just what these people do. Specifically in DeFi, blah, blah, blah. Here's a quote. Over the next few years, there is going to be an incredible wave of innovation in open finance and Web3. Yeah, there is. Although I would argue it's happening right now. As well as new kinds of crypto, enabled infrastructure and applications. The wave will only be possible because of the underlying infrastructure has matured to a sufficient level. We expect to deploy a significant amount into these areas out of the Venture Fund 2 over the next few years. Multifund's second coin was closed last November and has already made some investments. Samani told the block without sharing project names. Oh, come on. Why wouldn't you share project names? So they don't really go into too much about what this fund does, but hey, it's a fund with $100 million that's coming into crypto to mess with DeFi and NFT. That's cool with me. Moving on, and in news that would have on any other day moved the market, Ripple adds former U.S. Treasurer amid the SEC lawsuit. How great is that? Getting sued by the SEC and they're literally adding a U.S. Treasurer to their staff. I think that's fantastic. Good for Ripple. It's their CFO now, too. That's cool. Crypto payments firm has also named a new CFO. Oh, wait. It might be two different things? I don't know. We'll dig in. Rosie Rios, the former U.S. Treasurer under Obama, has joined Ripple's board of directors. Congratulations, Rosie. And then Christina Campbell is also joining as CFO. Man, Ripple making moves. I'm so glad I added to my bag of XRP the other day when everything was down. Of course, it's down even more today, but yeah, we won't go into that. Damn it, Doge. Ripple, the blockchain tech company best known for its affiliation with cryptocurrency XRP, announced Tuesday morning that the former U.S. Treasurer, Rosie Rios, has joined its board of directors. She sure did. Quote, Ripple is one of the best examples of how to use cryptocurrencies in a substantive and legitimate role to facilitate payments globally. No doubt the words substantive and legitimate were chosen very carefully. Yeah, I bet they were. So yeah, that's your XRP Ripple news. Obviously didn't move the needle at all because, well, Doge was a bad dog. Doge did not heal when Doge was supposed to. And for all you Filecoin holders out there, Filecoin launches new decentralized storage service for NFTs. NFT Storage, a new service created by Filecoin and Pinata, aims to preserve the integrity of non-fungible tokens. This, I thought, was super cool. Filecoin has introduced a new decentralized storage service to preserve the digital content associated with non-fungible tokens. Dubbed the NFT.storage, the free service, cool, allows users to save their NFTs metadata and content off-chain. So, one of the biggest issues we have with NFTs right now is that if you make an NFT that, let's be honest here, is anything over a couple of kilobytes, anything bigger than like a CryptoPunk, for example, pixel art basically, your image, your art basically is not actually being saved on the blockchain. It's actually being stored off-chain somewhere on some other asshole server, and then it's just simply linked to the minting address or the token address that you get when you mint something. So it's I guess my point is we still have a long way to go to be able to actually put things on the blockchain, NFTs on the blockchain in a real way, right? But Filecoin looking to change all that. Now they're still storing the content off-chain, but it's being stored on Filecoin's blockchain, which is a different blockchain. But yeah, that's your Filecoin news. I think that's super important. Really goes to, Filecoin really turning into one of those kind of projects that's like the graph, something that's just integrated and so sewn into the fabric of cryptocurrency that it's just not going anywhere, right? It's kind of a boring, it's not nearly as sexy as like an XRP or something like that, but the fact is that without projects like the graph and Filecoin, crypto wouldn't be where it's at today. So I think this is just absolutely fantastic news. Congratulations to any Filecoin holders. That's good for the space. And to talk about my old stomping ground here, Wall Street Bet's founder wants to make stocks more like crypto. Leaders of the Reddit forum say they will launch a DAO facilitated by a WSB token. Well, better late than never, right? Much like we said about the U.S. Treasury, better late than never. Of course, let's just completely look past the fact that I've been pounding the table on WSB's Reddit subreddit for, I don't know, it feels like years now about cryptocurrencies and how it's the one and only market that they should be trading in. Need to get away from that crooked, terrible Wall Street market. But I was banned, so what do I know? Just a graphics guy. I got banned because I uttered the words Bitcoin. They told me to go away. But yeah, now they're late to the party and they want to start their own DAO, and they've got their own token now, which I looked at the tokenomics up, guys. It's pretty horrifying. It's you got a lot of rug pull code in there for sure. It reads very much like a pyramid scheme. I'm not calling the WSB token a pyramid scheme. Don't throw pitchforks at me. Don't do that. Read the white paper, read the tokenomics of the thing, and it's clear that there is one guy at the top collecting all the money that is being made. So, just throwing that out there for you guys. Moving right along. Here's something cool. Sotheby's to accept crypto. I probably butchered that name. Crypto as payment for Banksy artworks. Yeah, man, another art clearinghouse here that's now accepting crypto as payments for Banksy's, which is pretty cool, right? Just another paver on the road to mass adoption. Moving on, more NFT news for you guys because you know how much I love my NFTs. Meebits selling for 6 figures as Larva Labs banks $80 million. So if you don't know what Larva Lab is, if you see this little guy right here in the corner of your screen, that's a CryptoPunk made by Larva Labs. And now they're making these things called Meebits. Check these out. Can I be honest with you guys? Can I just be real honest for a second? I fell in love with these. I really did. I want one so bad it hurts. It really, really hurts. But I'm not going to pay $80,000 for one. So there's that. But still, yeah, here's Larva Labs' new project. Here's all the punks. Pretty neat if you're, sorry, not punks, Meebits, excuse me. Nope, I clicked on something. I broke it. Anyway, yep, that's your Meebit news. Larva Labs, pretty cool if you're interested and you have $80,000 to spend. I suggest you hop on over to the Larva Labs website and check that out. And last up for our headlines, news that I feel like ought to warm the subcockle region of everybody's heart who's listening to my voice right now. You guys ready for this? $540 million worth of ETH was liquidated as the shorts were punished. That's right, the shorts for once finally got liquidated, and that explains the crazy, well, partly explains the crazy run-up we've seen in ETH, right, over the past few days. I mean, a bit of a short squeeze took place, and that always puts a smile on my face because, of course, I am the bear hunter, and I always get real happy when I see just terrible people getting liquidated. Boy, do I hate shorts. I hate shorts. You'll never see me in shorts. I always wear jeans. Sorry. Excuse me. Choking on my own dad jokes. Congratulations, Vitalik Buterin. Yep, he's a billionaire. Alright, that's all for the headlines. We'll take a look at the sticks here. As always, if there's anything you guys want to take a look at, do a deeper dive on, let me know as we work our way through. Actually, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance, find out what that was doing today. Oh, this is interesting. You guys see this? We're looking at the 5-minute chart. Bitcoin dominance. Do you see what I see? Bam. We just put in a double bottom on Bitcoin dominance. What do you think about that? That looks like a reversal pattern to me. Huh. Well, if it moves sideways for the next few days and kind of consolidates here at this level, that translates to alt season continues to go. If we do see some sort of correction here with Bitcoin, or Bitcoin dominance, that could mean that we could see alt slide even further. And at this point, boy, I almost wouldn't be surprised if we see that, just because of how far we've seen them run just in a very short amount of time. Definitely feels like we're a little exhausted in the short term. So keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin too. If we start to see Bitcoin really make a big move to the upside, that could indicate a little more pain for any of your dirty alts if you're holding those. Ethereum, look at this. I thought this was pretty cool. Even though we saw a drastic sell-off in the overall markets today, ETH is pretty much unaffected. Look at that. You could say that ETH put in a double bottom as well. And it's just going to continue on probably a little sideways action, hopefully a little sideways action here for the next few days. But it could continue to scream too. It could continue to run. Time will tell. BNB, boy, now we're getting into my holdings. We're going to see some pain here. But, you know, one thing that I think is important, you know, if you're watching yesterday's show, I discussed what my plan was for at least the near term here, right? And we talked about with BNB and with Cake both that I'm doing some liquidity providing with. Now I put in my begin my LP right up here at this double top, knowing that was a clear reversal pattern, that we were going to come down. And the hope was, or at least the strategy at the time, and still is, that we were going to come down. And that we were probably going to consolidate here, do some sort of consolidation, and then come back up, right? And then keep going to all-time highs. And the idea being that as a liquidity provider, even though I have a position right up here at the very top, tippity top, the nosebleed section, right? The idea being that we would come in and we would collect all these trading fees, right? From all the time that it spends in this range. And then when it does get right back up here to my original position where I started providing liquidity, right here, that's when I'll take my LP out, we'll exit our liquidity position, and then we will ride all the way up to new all-time highs, right? That's the theory. And so far, that seems to be playing out, right? We've come down, we're consolidating. Now, for me, it's just a waiting game, right? For it to come back up to my position so I can pull my LP, make a lot of money capturing all these trading fees, and we move on. I'll tell you guys, I haven't slept this well in years. This is fantastic, right? I woke up this morning, saw the market correct, and went exactly as I predicted. Let's keep making money. I thought it was pretty neat. Something I'm having a lot of fun with, really, really enjoying. If it's something that you guys would be interested in doing, interested in learning a little more about, let me know. We can do kind of a deeper dive on being a liquidity provider and what that means and how you can make money in the markets without really having to worry about the price action and what's happening on a minute-to-minute basis, right? You're making money whether you're going up or going down when you're a liquidity provider, and that's pretty darn cool if you ask me. All right, taking a look at Cake here, same thing. You can see we took our the liquidity that I'm providing is a BNB Cake token pairing. So you can see the same thing over here on the Cake token. Began providing liquidity right here at this kind of head and shoulder pattern, knowing that we were going to be coming down, going into reversal, and then we were going to come back up and eventually go on to new all-time highs. So again, we go in here, we pull out here, and we collect everything in between. The beauty of being an LP. Bakery token, the Bake token. This thing, my goodness, was up 500% last week. How crazy is that? You can see we've given back quite a bit though. Bake is currently down 30% from its all-time high that it put in last week. For me, this of course is never financial advice, but I look at where we're at right now. Whoops. You can go out to the 4-hour chart here. Take more of a macro view, but I look at where we're at here. And I see this as quite possibly the best buying opportunity you are ever going to get in crypto. I mean, look at this. Look at where we're at. Look at what's happened. We rode up here, we came down, we formed our pendant. We broke out, we shot up, went off to new all-time highs, We came back down, but look what we came down to. We came down and we just kissed our previous all-time high, right? So for me, I'm looking at this chart and it's to me it looks like we're blasting off, right? That we're going to see another breakout just like we saw here, and that Bake's going to continue its upward momentum. That's just what I'm seeing in the charts. If you guys are seeing something different, let me know. Curious what your thoughts are. But I feel like picking up Bake token right now at just over $6 is an absolute steal. Personal price target on the Bake token is somewhere around the $80 to $90. Just by doing easy math and going off the market cap alone and comparing it to other projects in its space, which there aren't many. There aren't many at all. Bake is the bakery swap is very, very unique. It doesn't have a whole lot of competition out there. All right, that's my ramble on Bake. You guys know how much I love that. Harmony. Here's Harmony's 4-hour chart. You can see we are really off our highs that we put in way back yonder over here at the end of March. Spent all of April bleeding out. We did see a bit of a pop-up here and what appears to be a trend reversal at the beginning of April, or at the end of April, beginning of May. But with today's sell-off, obviously we were definitely affected by that. We'll see what happens here. It looks like we follow that trend, which we appear to have already broken with today's sell-off, although probably a fake out. Hopefully, we'll get a good bounce here, flip back over the trend, and continue our movement upwards. If not, I'll have to, if we fall down below this area right here, our previous low, then I've got problems, right? Then I have to begin looking at, the trade and, assess whether or not the trade's gone bad. Dogecoin. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Look at that move. Wowie, wow, wow. Have you ever? Look at that. Reach for the sky. Like I said in the intro, guys, I have no idea. I just don't know. I have my tinfoil hat suspicions, but I don't know. I don't know. Every technical I've thrown at this thing has broken and become invalidated. Every fundamental analysis you throw at this thing, there was never any fundamentals to begin with, unless of course you're really into Slim Jims and Mavericks. So, yeah, Doge. I wouldn't have such a problem with Doge if it didn't break the damn market every time this happened, right? We see it break the stock market, we see it break the crypto market. Why? Why does it have to break every market every time it pumps? Anytime it moves up 10%, the rest of the markets are like, all right, sell off. And the only real explanation for it is that people are literally selling off good quality assets that they own to FOMO into Doge and hope to make, incredible amounts of money, which apparently they are. And I'm just on the sidelines going, what the hell? What's going on here? So there's your Doge. Yep, moving on. XRP, meh. You see it suffered pretty badly from today's sell-off too, really just rolled over. But up until today, XRP was looking real tasty. Look at that, we had a nice little, terrible drawings today. Had a nice little uptrend that we were doing. You can see we've really rolled over now and are starting to look like we're gonna dump. But, like we said earlier, I think it's all very short-lived. I think we're going to see some very short-term pain here, but hopefully it is short-lived. Look at this, guys. The painful adventure that I've been on with SparkPoint, and we've just been holding through all of this, right? We took our position way back yonder, and we've just been holding through this terrible, terrible sell-off. Get rid of this. But you can see, look what's happened. We've got a light at the end of our tunnel. One, we're back to our break-even. On SparkPoint, we're right back to what our position was. And you can see we've had a nice little breakout from our downward price channel that we've been locked in now for what feels like years. That's encouraging. That is real encouraging. If you're looking for a good trade, SparkPoint might just be the ticket. Not financial advice, of course. Just a graphics guy. Alright, that's all I got for the charts, guys. We can look for some stocks here if you want, or I can let you go. Oh, there's the NASDAQ. Goodness. You don't see this very often. If you see a 1 to 2 to 5% pullback in the stock market, that's a bad day for the stock market, guys. I cannot stress that enough. If you see the S&P go down 1% in a day, that's a bad day. You've got stock brokers jumping out windows on Wall Street on a day like that, which I know is laughable to all of us in crypto that witness 20% pullbacks on the daily. But CWK says he's all T. What's T? Red? C-Dub, you smelling burnt toast, bud? Having a stroke? Worried about you. Call an ambulance. What'd Tesla do? Let's take a quick little gander here at Tesla. I mean, Tesla's just been getting smoked since this 900 level way back in January. Wow. So here's something that we should probably talk about, even though I think we've talked about it before, right? That it definitely seems like ever since GameStop and the shenanigans that we witnessed on Wall Street, it just seems like the market's broken, right? Like people are leaving the stock market in droves. I firmly believe that most retail traders that were in the stock market during 2020, during the 2020 bull run, I believe most of them have left the stock market. I think everybody witnessed what happened with the GameStop scenario and Vlad and Robinhood and the clearinghouses, and I think a lot of people just said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm leaving. And I think a lot of those people went to crypto. Why do I think this? Because that's exactly what I did. I saw the corruption that we had in Wall Street and I went, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to go to a market that isn't going to rug pull me and screw me over at every turn. And that's what I did. And I got to assume that thousands of other people did that exact same thing. I think what we're seeing in the stock market right now really doesn't have anything to do with inflation. Really doesn't have anything to do with hedge funds. I think it mostly has to do with the amount of volume that is leaving the stock market and going into crypto. I think you are seeing the largest transition from the stock market that's ever occurred. I think people are leaving the stock market in droves and they're not looking back. Why would you, right? When you can come to crypto and you can make 50 to 100% gains in an hour and not have to worry about the Vlad Tenevs of the world rug pulling you, why would you stay in that market? Why wouldn't you come over to crypto and never look back? I think that's what we're witnessing in the stock market, and I think that lack of volume is now beginning to catch up with a lot of these stocks that ran up in 2020, back when the retail investors were there. Because now those people aren't there to keep those stocks propped up. Those people aren't there to just buy and hold no matter what, to diamond hand it till they're dead. They're gone. Those people are in crypto now, and they're never coming back. So what's the point to this rant? I guess my point is that if you're in the stock market and you're thinking to yourself that this is all going to turn around, I'm not as optimistic. I'm really not. I think it's going to continue to get far more painful. I think it's going to continue to get far worse. I think the more people see what's happening in crypto, the more you're going to have leave the stock market. And I think the byproduct of that obviously is going to be prices are going to come down. So we'll see. I could be completely wrong. I could be talking out of my ass. Again, guys, I'm just a graphics guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. You would be a fool to listen to me for financial advice. We'll say that. All right, guys, remember, as always, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Jump on over. Give me a follow on Twitter. Let's get this number up. We're sitting at 40 right now. We did gain back to one that I lost yesterday because I probably said some off-color things during the show. But yeah, we're back up to 40. So jump on over, give me a follow, and if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like button, of course, hit the subscribe button, ping the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live and you can stay up to date with all my random and incoherent thoughts. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and until next time, see you later.